Hey everyone, we're just going to go through the ESP32 built-in Hello World program. So we're going to start bottom left here. If you just type IDF, you're going to see two ESP IDFs. So we're going to start the DOS one here, and we're also going to start this PowerShell. Okay, so here we have the PowerShell, and here we have the one for the command prompt, the DOS. So if I type idf.py, we're going to see all the options. So you build, flash, and monitor your programs. One option is to run through the ESP IDF here, which is the Internet Development Framework. So yeah, you can see the options here. Create project. We're gonna use three commands here: build, flash, and monitor. And so what we're first going to do from the command prompt here, since this is DOS, you do dir. Okay, and you can see dir gives you a list of directories. And so you can see we have this examples right here. So let's just go cd examples. And if you note, I've typed exa, and if I hit tab, it automatically completes for me. If I do dir again, I'm going to get to more directories, and you can see I want to get into the get started. So I'm going to do cd get tab, and that completes for me. And if I do dir again, I want to get into this hello world. So cd hello world, and we can see if I run the dir command, there's all the components that are inside my hello world directory. So let's go back to the PowerShell for a second. So same idea here, except this is more of a DOS based. So if I prompt, if I go to idf.py, again, I'm going to get all the options. But here, instead of doing dir, I do ls, and that's the Unix or Linux command for listing all the directories. It's the equivalent of dir. And so you can see again, I want to do examples. So remember, it's cd example exa. If I tab it, now we're getting a little different layout here because this is Linux. If I do the get-tab, I get the get started, and if I do hello, I get the hello world. So again, ls, all right, I can list the commands here. List all the directories there, and so we're going to practice building in both the PowerShell and the DOS command window. So I have my ESP32 S3 plugged into my laptop here. So let's just do through the PowerShell. If we go idf.b, so what we first need to do is just confirm we've set the target. And so we do set-target, idf.py, set-target, ESP32 S3. And so what this is going to do is the ESP32 comes in a bunch of chips. S2, ESP32, no suffix, C3s, S3s, all kinds of different options. I think there's a couple of H chips. And so you initially need to set the target. And you can see here it's going to take a while. While that's happening, go to your Windows command prompt and type device. You're going to see device manager come up. You should see, this is the Silicon Labs CP210 USB to UART bridge, COM6. That's the ESP32 I got plugged into my laptop. You can see in the background here, it's doing some cleanup work there in the directory. So it's ready to go. Okay, so remember that COM6? Well, we don't technically need it, but it's always good to know. So what we're going to do now is idf.py build, and this is going to build this hello world program. Now we're going to go look at it, but the build process takes a while the first time. Okay, so let's run that, and you're going to see it's going to start building all the linker files and everything, and it's got up to 957 here, so it takes a little while. let's actually go into the directory for this program. Scroll up here. ESP IDF. Okay. So if I go here and I go to my root directory, ESP, ESP-IDF, examples, get started, hello world. So here's where it's building the file. Let's just go into the main here. We're going to right click and we're just going to edit this file here. Now it's going to be a bit overwhelming, but like a C program, we've got all our header files here. Notice we got the free RTOS task. Program actually asks for the chip info, so we need that header file. But if we go into the app main program here, we can say the first thing it does is printf hello world. Then it declares a chip info variable that's of ESP underscore chip underscore info. It calls this routine, it sends this chip info variable by reference, so the address. It prints out a bunch of information about the chip info features, all kinds of stuff here. It gets the chip revision, it prints out the silicon revision, and then it prints out, you can see it's printing and printing and printing. And then it's restarted, it counts down from 10, restarting in 10, 9, 8, because it's this I minus minus, and it's stopping 1 second in between with this VTask delay. Okay? So let's go back and look at the build here. Is it done? Hold on here. I gotta scroll down. So it is done. Okay, so if you look down here, let me zoom in. You can do IDF flash, which will go look for the COM it's on. But let's say you have two ESP32s plugged in. You can say idf.py-p COM6, and it will flash it, okay? Or let's just go with this one right here, idf.py flash, and it's going to go look for it. So the program is written. Now, if we want to see what's going on, because it's writing to the USB serial, we go, so we don't type flash, you go monitor. What it's going to do now is it's going to look, see, hello world, this is an ESP32 S3 chip with 2 cores, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, blah, 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 and it's doing its restart, and then it starts again. So it's just repeating that program over and over again. So if you want to stop this, you just go Control close square bracket, and the monitoring stops. Now let's go back to this is our DOS command here. It's exactly the same thing here, idf.py build. Okay, we already built it once, but let's just run it here from the DOS prompt. It's ready to go. And if we do this time, we can do we're going to do flash, and we're going to combine it with monitor. We get the same thing. It's writing, and then same things coming out. With the chip info, and it's just repeating itself. It's resetting, and same thing. So you should try that on your own. Make sure you got an ESP32 plugged in, set your target, build idf.py, set target, idf.py build, idf.py flash, idf.py monitor. Same thing over and over again. Okay, folks, thank you very much for that. Remember, hit Control Enter, Control square bracket closed, and that will stop your monitor.